Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Neil. Thanks for checking out this video where I'm going to talk about a specific topic for 5 minutes. And I guess, as you already know by the title of this video, that I'm going to go through my Olympic moment or moments and talk about some of the highlights for me of the Olympic Games in Tokyo. But first, I've got to finish this run off and then we'll dive right in. Let's keep going. All right, let's get the countdown clock here on screen and let's dive into my Olympic moments from the Tokyo Olympic Games. Start the countdown. How do we compare great sportsmen and women from generation to generation? No doubting that there are so many people who have referred to Eliud Kipchoge as the GOAT, the greatest of all time when it comes to marathon running. Now, I've been involved with athletics and running for 40 years, and there is no doubt in my time in this sport that he is the best marathon runner that I have ever seen. His results confirm that. Is he my favourite marathoner? No, there'll always be Robert de Castella, the great Australian marathoner who was a world record holder at one time. And who will ever forget Deke's 1982 Commonwealth Games victory, where he stared down two Tanzanian competitors and crossing the line, shaking his fists like this is just a moment that's always etched in my mind. When it comes to Eliud Kipchoge, he is just on an absolute another level. Notwithstanding his great track career, I want to just focus in on his marathoning. 15 marathons since he made his debut, winning in Hamburg in 2013. 13 victories. Second to Wilson Kipsang when he set a then world record. And his only real failure was when he was 8th in the London Marathon last year, when 2:06, hardly a failure, but it was later revealed that he wasn't 100%. On top of this, he's also been involved with the Project 2, where he went close to running a sub 2-hour marathon in that staged project at Monza, and then the Ineos 1:59:59 project, where he was the first marathon runner to run a sub 2-hour marathon. It's an incredible record. Just consider this. He was unbeaten in 10 consecutive marathons before the London Marathon last year. He's now a 2-time Olympic champion, where he defended his Rio title in Tokyo. Now, there's only been 2 other marathon runners who have been able to do that. Ethiopia's Abidi Bikila and the East German Waldemar Sierpinski. Now, his Tokyo Marathon victory, 80 seconds was the winning margin, and that's the largest winning margin in Olympic marathons since 1972. So what does Kipchoge have left to achieve? And what will he do in 2022? There's no doubt younger marathon runners are closing the gap on Kipchoge, and his next decision will be interesting. Does he build on his legacy by targeting one of the major marathons that he hasn't already run? Boston, Tokyo, or New York? Or does he stick with the successful formula of London in April, where he's a 4-time winner, and then Berlin later in the year, where he's a 3-time champion? He's 36 now, he turns 37 in November. Does he go on to Paris for the 2024 Olympics, where he will be 39 and trying to do what no one has been able to do, and that is win 3 Olympic marathon titles in a row? How good would it be if he did go on to Paris? It would be like coming full circle, because in 2003 in Paris, as an 18-year-old, Kipchoge won the 5,000 metre World Championship, really announcing himself as a bona fide star of the sport. He beat Hisham El Guerrouj, the great Moroccan runner, and the great Ethiopian runner, Kenenisa Bekele. I reckon Kipchoge still wants to lower his world record of 2:01:39. He wants to get close to going under that sub 2 hour in a race. And I reckon he will go back to London and Berlin next year. Personally, I would love to see him line up in those world majors that he hasn't already done. And I really hope that he goes on to Paris in 2024. Let me know what you think about Eliud Kipchoge, and do you agree? Is he the GOAT of marathon running, the greatest of all time? Hit me up in the comments down below. Have your say, guys. Strike up a bit of a conversation. Now, a couple other highlights from the Olympics that I really enjoyed. Jakob Ingebrigtsen in the 1500 men's final. It is scary to think how good this fella's going to be. 20-year-old Olympic champion, and it's just incredible what he has already achieved. Also, really interested to see where Cole Hocker ends up, the American. He was able to run personal bests in the semi-final and again in the final when he finished 6th. And he is also only 20. I can see Ingebrigtsen and Hocker having some great rivalry in the years to come. But what about that 1500 men's final? The first 6 all under the Olympic record, which was only set a couple of days before in the semi-finals. The 10,000 metre men's final, what sticks out to me was the brave effort of the Australian Patrick Tiernan, who was right in the mix with a lap to go, but he just ran himself to total exhaustion. He collapsed twice in that last lap. Those images where he's wobbling down the straight, falling, picking himself back up, and just willing himself to get across the line is something that's going to be a memory from these games for a long time for me. The women's 5,000, 10,000 metre champion Hassan, what an incredible effort from this lady. She also finished 3rd in the 1500, so she just missed out on doing an unbelievable treble, but she fell in her heat of the 1500, picked herself up and still won that heat. And to continue on and win the 10,000 metres after that 1500 metre final was just incredible. Now, I know I have concentrated more on the middle to long distance stuff, but I'm a runner, I'm a long distance runner, and they were what struck a chord with me. Must also mention too the women's marathon, won by Kipchoge from Kenya, but for me, Molly Seidel from America, her run was the run of the race in that. Only her 2nd marathon after qualifying at the Olympic trials in 2020, and she was gutsy. She really pushed the Kenyans, Kipchoge and Kosgei, and to finish with the bronze medal was a fantastic effort, and really excited to watch her progress in the marathon in the coming years as well. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching this 5 minutes dive of my Olympic moments, and also thanks for everyone who has sent me suggested topics for this new format of these videos that I'm doing. I'm making a list and I'm going to tick your suggestions off over the coming weeks. So thanks very much. And if you do have a suggestion for this 5-minute deep dive into a particular topic about running, hit me up in the comments down below. I'll add it to my list. I'll just give you my opinions on a whole variety of topics. Thanks guys for checking out this video. Hope your running is going really well. Until next time, stay safe, happy running, and I'll catch you then. Hooroo!